Hi Leo, hope you guys are doing great today. Welcome to your general messages for the 16th to the 22nd. So we have a lot going on this week. My readings are usually kind of long. Some of you love that, some of you complain. So I try to make everybody happy by putting timestamps in the description box. I'm going to start off with some general, the astrology, which I think is worth hanging around for, just to contextualize the rest of the reading. But if you don't want to, no big deal. So as I talk about the astrology, I'm going to pull some oracles. Then I'm going to throw down a separate spread for general messages. Then sweep that, do a totally separate spread for relationships. And then at the end, I'm going to pull separate cards for those of you who are in relationship energetically, but are in separation. So that's what it's going to look like. So let's get into things. I hope you guys are doing great today. Lot of energy going on for our lions right now, right? Man, did we have a weird Lionsgate energy this year, right? Because it was conjunct you, which is it's unusual. And just the way that it's been like, it's kind of dancing around with Uranus right now. So many changes. My goodness, Leo, right? Could all just feel it. So we'll get more into specifics, but let's start pulling some oracles. So we have the full moon happening for you in your 7th house. So it's going to be kind of shining down on that first house of self. So it's going to be like a lot of self-relationship energy going on. Lots of that going on for sure. But we're going to have to talk about Uranus. But why don't we stick chronologically? Let's talk about Venus in Libra on the 16th. So those of you who checked out the extended video I did on relationships for single, couple, and complicated for the month of August, kind of went into it more in that reading about Venus going into Libra. Generally speaking, we're all feeling a lot nicer in this energy in relationship, like more charming and fair rather than aggressive. We're also feeling kind of sensitive to that behavior towards us as well, because Venus in Libra literally lives for relationship, right? But yet there's this air of cool detachment to this energy. So we're going to feel a lot more obliging, let's say, to acquiesce to things in relationship, to avoid any kind of confrontation or any sort of discomfort. You just want to be a little careful of that. It's a great energy. I'm not saying that it's not, but you want to be super careful of over-promising or agreeing to something within any kind of relationship. It's not only romantic. This could have to do with work, because Venus also rules money. This could have to do with anything that might make you feel like, I'm not sure about that. I don't know how I feel about that. That kind of thing. You want to make sure that you don't over-promise so that you're secretly resenting a person or a situation. After it's like as the words come out of your mouth, you're like, oh my God, what am I saying? That kind of thing. So just want to be careful of that. So let's see. New birth, guarded vigilantly against the grain. Oh, wow. These are really powerful energies. So anyway, so that's going on the 16th. Then on the 18th, something that nobody's really talking about, but I think it's worth mentioning, is this Jupiter forming a semi-square to Chiron on the 18th. So I feel like this is really worth mentioning. So Chiron is hanging out in your 9th house, and then you have Jupiter hanging out in your 7th house, right? So you have the 7th house, which is all about relationships, marriage contracts, business partners, how you show up interpersonally in relationship. And it's sitting 2 houses away, right? But it's sitting, the direct degrees, it's called a semi-square, in that 9th house of your belief system, where your moral code, your moral compass hang out. It's your ethics. It's your belief system. It also has to do with travel. It has to do with publishing, advertising, marketing, the law. So it's a lot. The 9th house is a lot. It's your in-laws as well. It's higher learning, higher education. So these 2 energies are going to be, this is the second of the third time this is going to be semi-squaring this year, these two guys. But what it's going to make you feel is hungry for meaning and understanding between how, what you feel and how your belief system is impacting some sort of either relationship situation or work situation. And it can be really difficult to align yourself with an exact personal philosophy or belief system that honestly reflects your core. You might really know what you want one moment, but then be pulled back in another direction the next moment. And it could be the energies can lead you very easily astray, okay, by beliefs or ideas right now. So just something to keep in mind. You might want to you might experience some kind of crisis of faith even, you know, especially because it's that ninth house energy. So it's important to look within yourself to figure out a greater understanding of what you really need or believe, rather than blindly following something that doesn't really serve your purpose. And I just feel like you guys are going to be feeling this a little stronger than the next guy because, well, the next sign rather, because Chiron is retrograde in that Aries energy in the ninth house of your belief system until December 28th. So you're changing. You're changing how you view life. You're updating your moral code and your moral compass. But you're in this space where it's like, well, how does that fit into what I know to be true in my life? So there's a lot of that kind of big existential questions happening, particularly because then on the 19th, we have Uranus is going to be turning retrograde in Taurus. And this is kind of a big deal, guys. I mean, this is going to be happening until January of 2022. But what does this mean? Okay. It's going to be hitting this week, so you're going to be feeling it pretty strongly this week. But this desire to make changes in your life, and that desire is going to be turning you inward, right? Because Uranus is a very outward energy, but when it's retrograde, it's like, all right, let's go within and get in touch with what we may be holding onto or allowing to hold us back from living more authentically in the way that we want, or more spontaneously, or a little bit of both. You know, we can all feel less overtly rebellious, more inclined to follow the rules of a situation, whatever's going on. But there's a shift that's happening this week, and you really recommending that you kind of lean into it. It really is. Uranus is very, very powerful right now. It really is. Okay, so keeping with that Uranus vibe, let's put that on a shelf for a minute. Let's talk about the 22nd. A lot is going on in the 22nd because on the one hand, we have the full moon in Aquarius very late. It's at 29 degrees and 37 minutes. It's almost in Pisces. It's so cuspy. So that's a very unique kind of thing, okay? So that's first of all, but it's still in Aquarius. So we have to read it as being in Aquarius, sitting opposite you, right? Your sun. So there's going to be a lot of me versus we tension illuminated, right? Because you guys are like very focused on and very fiercely sort of like, you guys are very into your independence and very focused on what makes you happy. I mean, it's just naturally what the Leo energy is. That's not a shadow manifestation at all. It's just like you bringing things to yourself. That's why it's falling in love affairs, romance, creativity. It's the energy, you guys are the energy of creativity and fertility for kids. This is all about creation. But what is creation of things that you want? But then it's sitting opposite Aquarius, which is about, all right, I value my independence, but I'm recognizing that I need other people. Like no man is an island kind of jam, you know? So it's this recognition, there's going to be this illumination. But it's very interesting. I feel this, what's very funny to me about full moons is and it happens to all of us, right? If you pay attention to it, now that I'm saying it, you might realize it, at least leading up to it, if not in it, where you suddenly have these epiphanies. It's like these light bulb moment realizations, right? But the thing is, those things have kind of been hanging out in the ethers of your mind, but they just haven't been figured out and rationalized yet, right? So it's with this energy that's hitting on the 22nd where things are going to be woken up. And especially because of how Uranus is the great awakener, especially because of how Uranus is playing into all of this, okay? So it's going to affect all of us, right? Especially those born with personal planets and points at approximately 27 to 30 degrees of the fixed signs. You're a fixed sign, Leo, also Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and or 0 to 4 degrees at any of the mutables. So if you know your other energies, then you'd be like, you know, the mutables, by the way, are Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces. So if you have any of those energies at 0 to 4 degrees, you know, plus 26 to 30 degrees of, you know, wherever your Leo energy falls, you're going to be feeling it more. Time of huge change, though. Really, I actually think this is fabulous, right? Now, what's funny is later on that day, though, the sun's going to pop into Virgo, which is going to be, you know, having us focus a lot more on like the minutia and the details of our life. And for you, that's in your second house of money, work, income, your daily routines, your material possessions, your work ethic, your work. So it's very funny. It's almost like, okay, I've been worried about this part of my life, but now I have to really focus on this part of my life, right? There's going to be this very interesting shift that really the energy is going to be highest on the 22nd, right? So just understand that. But before I leave the astrology full blown here, you know me, I always work it into the cards anyway, but I wanted to just kind of front load with some specifics here. I want to talk about that Leo new moon that we had, right? That was conjunct Lionsgate. That was a very high time of creativity, right? Creative energy was popping, right? Definitely, right? Everybody's mind was just like boom, 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 especially you, because it was happening in you, right? But it's that energy is bringing us into this full moon in Aquarius, and Uranus rules Aquarius. That's why it's so important here. So Uranus is a planet of awakening and change, and it really can shake things up, right? And force us to see things in a new way. And Uranus does that, kicks things up. So don't be surprised if you receive or will receive some sort of information, some sort of message that changes what you once knew, or you could find yourself feeling really scattered or uncertain about something that you once felt very certain about. Suddenly really confused about it. Again, because Uranus likes to bring a lot of surprise. It's not always possible to predict effectively what will unfold because it's very global energy. But the thing to keep in mind is that Uranus shakes things up in order to wake us up. So if you experience that, it's like, okay, whoa, where's the lesson, right? And it's through the shaking up of our reality that we could see things in a new light and perceive things from a new vantage point and experience the growth. Right? I'm been saying in all the videos, uncertainty, guys, it's a part of life. It's very loud and proud right now. Even though it's uncomfortable, it can be a really powerful teacher in learning how to detach and stay in the present moment and stay open to your full potential, right? Because when nothing is certain, anything is possible. I should have named all of the videos that this month, but I didn't. But I really am asking all of the signs to ask themselves one big, profound question, regardless of where you're experiencing this. Regardless, I mean, for you, just so that you know, you have your heads up. Your Uranus energy in Taurus is in your 10th house of long-term goals. It's not only your career; it's also your public reputation. It's your status. It's your standing in the world. It's what you want over the long term. So Uranus is in there shaking things up. And Uranus is very connected to the third eye opening, and if you don't know what that is, it's okay. It's about raising our consciousness. Let's just leave it there, especially right now in areas where we have maybe have had a blind spot, either to ourselves or to relationships, people, whatever it is. They're going to be more noticeable right now. So you really have to ask yourself, lean into that. Where can I view any uncertainty I'm feeling as an open field of possibility to help grow myself into the life meant for me? Where can I, lean into that question. Where am I feeling uncertain? Okay. How can I take that area of uncertainty and turn it into a possibility so that I could grow into the life that's meant for me? Even if it's scary, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's painful, you know what you know. So let's get into the cards here. Keep your commitments. Clarified by new birth, guarded vigilantly. Wow. So, I mean, obviously, this could be some of you. I am working with a lot of you who are expecting. A lot of Leos are expecting, as we've been indicating in the past several months. But this could just be, what are you birthing that's new in your life, right? I mean, this new beginning, a page-turning energy, especially because you have that Uranus in the 10th. So what kind of maybe career opportunity, money-making opportunity, status-changing opportunity, where maybe you're getting married, you're becoming a parent, or you're taking on a new role in something where there's this new label attached to you. That's how it's going to resonate for some of you. But guarded very, very vigilantly, meaning don't allow noise from the past. Don't allow negative energies to come in and even remotely sabotage what's going on. We have this idea of rejection, and then we have chop wood. Wow, this is really interesting because on the one hand, we're saying keep your commitments, guard what it is that you're going into, right? Really with a lot of vigilance. Pay attention to anybody who's trying to sabotage you. So we have new birth working with rejection. So some of you may be going through something where you really wanted to push something forward. You wanted that job, you wanted that house, something, you wanted that relationship to work, whatever it was, but there was some sort of rejection. Right now, the answer to that is, though, don't do anything at all. Guard yourself, Stay responsible, do what you need to do. So for a lot of you, there might be like two different tracks running at one time. Like the rejection could have happened in relationship. You could have rejected somebody, they could have rejected you, or you just might be feeling a sense of rejection in that area, but you're not allowing that feeling or that emotion to inflect you pushing your career forward, you pushing something forward as far as that family situation, that friendship, whatever it is, that other part of your life. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not allowing, where is there pain, challenge, and negativity, perhaps, right? Or at least a lack of certainty hanging out. Keep it separate from the rest of your life. Still do you, work your life. Move yourself forward. Everything will end up working out exactly the way it's meant to, but you don't want to allow one thing to totally trump over another kind of thing. We have face your adversities against the grain, patience, and to be fair. Face your adversity. So whatever it is that's challenging you right now, what are you feeling challenged about in relationship, within yourself? Where are you feeling like maybe less than? Challenged by naysayers? Feeling inflections of your past rearing its head, making you question yourself? Whatever it is. But don't allow those things to be an issue anymore, Leo. Just don't. Seriously. It's like making the decision. Going against the grain of the direction that you normally go the other way. Go the other way. Go against the grain. I just feel like a lot of you are sort of entering this next phase of your life and you're like, I don't know what I'm doing. It's uncomfortable. But yet there might even be a low-key excitement about it, but it's like this discomfort, because it's, for some of you, it's going to be, I'm going in this direction because I feel like it's the right thing, but I really miss that thing from my past. I really didn't want to leave that in my past. That job, that relationship, that friendship, whatever it is. Damn it, why did I have to leave it in the past? But it's like this acceptance and recognizing, as I always say, if you keep doing what you did, you're going to keep getting what you got. But the path to that space, you're going to really need to exercise some patience and be fair. That everybody's really kind of doing the best they can. You know, the to be fair card, it really is. It's like, try your very best, even if it's really hard, particularly if you were dealing with somebody who's really, really toxic, to be fair to yourself and just say, you know what, at the end of the day, everybody does the best they can. Everyone. Even if you know a mile away that somebody's making the worst choices in your subjective opinion. You want to be fair and say, I'm doing the best I can, so are they. It's too bad that we can't be on the same page. Or it's too bad that, X, Y, and Z couldn't work out. Whatever it is, but it's looking at being really fair is very, very important right now. Also looking at where maybe you have too high of expectations. You really want to look at that in this energy as well. And you want to be fair in saying, am I being fair on my expectations, what I'm bringing to the table versus what I expect to be brought to the table by these people, right? So it really is this sort of give and take, this very sort of like Justice Libra energy thing that I'm feeling here. Accept disappointments gracefully. Relax the hold of darkness and be a cause. I love this card. Relax the hold of darkness and be a cause. Figure out the lesson of why did something not work out, and really look at it. And then you're like, okay, I could look at it. What the heck am I supposed to do with it? Where's the lesson? Why was this situation brought to you? But accept it, whatever it is. Go in the direction of exactly what scares you. Wild is going towards what is it that you would normally, we have against the grain and we have wild, which means going to the edge, going against what you normally do something that you didn't think that you would possibly do. Just know that whatever it is, it's going to cause very necessary chaos and conflict. Isn't that the Uranus energy right there? Right there. Shake it up. Chaos and conflict. Let's see where everything lands. Leo, powerful cards right now, I have to tell you. You know why I feel like it's powerful for me as a reader right now? I'm getting this on I'm getting a very global vibe. I literally feel like your whole life is like, a lot of you might be going through additions, changes within career/money, while there are also issues and changes going on with friends and or family, while there are also shifts happening in relationship. And you say, oh, come on, woman, isn't that life? Yeah, but you know what? There are certain times in life where it's a little heavier than others. And I just feel like there's just a lot of change as the sun leaves you. Very, very profound. You know, it is leaving you right on the 22nd. But anyway, so let's get into, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling good old school Rider-Waite. Good old school Rider-Waite for the general messages for our Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus friends. Let's see what we have. So there's definitely going to be some disappointment here in some part of your life. Not your hope, not your, because again, I feel like there's good and there's challenge here. So there's, something's going to go forward quite smooth, quite beautifully. And then there's going to be disappointment felt in another area. So let's see what other kind of messages we can get. And with these, you know, I try to read it for relationship, career, money, maybe family. Relationship obviously can be any kind of relationship. We're going to do specific relationship read after this one for those of you just tuning in. Okay, so we have the Knight of Pentacles, Seven of Cups, Nine of Swords, the World. Let me just get kind of a... All right, I just want to give one sweeping comment before I get into specifics. So I know a lot of you guys like when I get very specific, but I feel like some of you are very confused about, if this has to do with relationship, you're very confused about somebody that you're in a relationship with because you feel like something's missing. They might be great, you can maybe trust them, whatever it is. You know there's a level of dependability about them, but something's missing. Either they don't really share their feelings very openly, or they're not as exciting as you would like, or you don't feel as connected on a friendship level. So important to you. We always talk about that. And it's causing you a lot of anxiety. And this is something that you can't not see. With the World card, it's like learning this lesson. Right? Learning this lesson. And that lesson is bringing you to a space of needing to release that relationship, needing to release something where, to the point where it's over and you're starting something new and you're going in a direction that's more aptly meant for you. So this could be going into a new relationship, leaving one relationship, going into another relationship. And there's this new beginning, but you're going to find once you get into that space or you take up with that second person, you're going to be in this space of indecision. What do I do? Right, trying to negotiate. And we have the Chariot energy, which is about going towards that metaphorical home space, away from whatever's toxic and building a life with that person. Wow. Yeah. All right. Look, that's that. Some of you may be vibing with that same exact idea having to do with work, where you feel like here you are focused on increasing your prosperity, growing your finances, good investments, any kind of business venture, maybe even working with a partner. Increase, right? Working really, really hard, all of that. But then you're moving into this space where it's like, I'm not sure. Choices and confusion. I'm not sure of what I want, right? Commitment issue here. You're not sure what to trust, what not to trust, what's real, what's not. Things feel up in the air, but you feel like you're at the beginning stages of something. You feel the beginning stages of something, but that beginning stages, that vibe is causing you a lot of anxiety and stress. But it's something that you're like, all right, look, you know, what is the Nine of Swords energy? Is Mars and Gemini. What is Mars? Mars is like, are you on the path that you're supposed to be going on? And this is Mars is talking to you in Gemini. It's like, what are you doing? Where are you going, Leo? It's like, all right, shut up. I'm listening. I learned the lesson. I get it. I gotta go. I gotta go. I can't stay in this anymore. I can't. This is a necessary surrender in the Tower energy so that you can have a beautiful new beginning. This is auspicious for every area of your life. It's all about happiness and contentment, getting what you want, coming to you quickly. And you're going to be shown how to achieve what it is that you want in order to have that foundation of stability that you want. This is literally like a good luck card, and that's followed by the Star. This is very destiny driven, right? I mean, this indicates that you're destined to be with somebody. If you're leaving a relationship and going with somebody else, it's like you are meant to be with that person, okay? It does seem like that here. This is just a change for the better after a difficult time. If you're single, it's time to meet somebody where you have that deep soul connection, right? You can't stay single anymore, but Leo, those of you who are in that space, and I know it's easy to just say that. It's like, yeah, well, what do where's the machine where I can order up the person that I really want to be with, kind of thing. I get it. I'm not deaf to what's going on in the world right now and how hard it is to meet quality people, but you want to make sure that you're not keeping yourself closed off. Now, if this is to do with career or money, anything like that, work you do begins to pay off. So really fortuitous energy for money luck. So, and it's because you've considered your long-term goals, you've prioritized things well. Some of you might be very pushed to start a new business, or you find out that you've had a hidden talent that you're just realizing now that you could put to good use. But whatever it is, the star indicates an elevation. So an elevation of like your fame, your reputation in work, an elevation in relationship. It's just like this elevated kind of thing, which is really, really nice. But it's as a result of something new, right? So it's like transitioning out of something that maybe a job that you were doing that you're like, you know what, I like it, I'm not sure, I feel like something's missing, I don't know, but you can't not look at it anymore, and you're allowing yourself to get into something new, right? And then we get this Page of Cups, which is really good news about anything that's going to move you emotionally. So this could have to do with love, money, anything within family, anything like that. This could have to do with a new potential partner being like right on the near horizon, or you moving into a new cycle with somebody new who you've known before, because this does indicate more of like a new cycle. But as soon as you're coming in, right, there's this good news coming in, but it's going to put you in this Two of Pentacles space where you're going to need to make a decision regarding more than one path. And you're going to feel this sense of lack in something. You have to focus on that. Like, where are you feeling the sense of lack? That's what you have to let go. So you're feeling a sense of lack in money. Not that you want to do another job just for money, but if you feel like, oh, I kind of like what I'm doing, but I'm not making the money that I want, and I kind of like that idea, but I feel like I might make more money doing that. So why not do the thing that's going to bring you more money if you kind of like them both the same, kind of thing? That's how it could be. Or where are you feeling this lack of connection, right? In relationship, in a friendship situation, whatever it is. Connection can kind of go across the board. But so you're going to be needing to negotiate. So the result of this negotiation, though, is that energy is a moving energy. So this is a relationship situation being expedited if you're resonating with this as far as relationship, right? It's surrounded by positive cards. So whatever's been negative, you're moving away from that. You're moving towards something positive. If this has more to do with like a career or money, quick changes with the Chariot energy and progress, some sort of business situation that you've been trying to push forward, or whatever you've been trying to bring into fruition. But whatever it is, it's going to be very exciting. It's going to bring very positive energy to your finances. You have to know, Leo, you're going to have to work a lot harder than you've been. But whatever you're working on, build. Beautiful. This is a great energy. Mars and Capricorn, Three of Pentacles. This is all about collaborating, success, coming together. Building your energy at that new job, building your energy in that relationship. This is awesome energy for a successful launch, buying a home, selling a home, home improvements, sitting down and having a really good conversation about how you're going to build your relationship. Anything that would require building. Very, very benefic energy here. I do like it. I really do. Because it's like a warrior energy, very, very focused. So that's what I'm getting for the general messages. Really clear, actually, very, very clear messages. So that's in general, wherever that would apply to your life. Now let's see what comes up for our Leo friends regarding relationships. We'll see what comes up. Remember, guys, general messages, take what resonates, throw out the rest. I don't know you or your chart. If you're interested in a personal reading, my booking site is below. You can check out the different readings that I offer. I am very booked up until September, just so you know. Normally I run monthly specials, and I didn't. I promise to do it again in September. I'm just like, I'm backed up. Okay. Alrighty, so let's get into things. Temperance. Yeah. You're dealing with somebody who's feeling a little sad. In relationship with that Five of Cups. This is an external energy. All right. So we have the Knight of Cups coming into here. So somebody might have reached out to you. Right? This could have been somebody... So Knight of Cups is about a proposal, right? And it's a proposal that ends up generating or kicking off a lot of emotions. Maybe it was somebody from your past, or you reached out to them, they reached out to you, it doesn't really matter, but it was this conversation, okay? Some of you, others of you, a proposal having to do with, you know, why don't we get together? Why don't we get married? Why don't we move in together? Why don't we have a baby, start a business, fill in the blank? But it's this proposal. Either you giving it to somebody or somebody giving it to you. Now, if you met anybody new in this energy, just a little like heads up. If somebody's too good to be true and you're still in that slappy happy phase, right? Don't feel negative about it. Just be careful, right? Because the Knight of Cups energy can come off as being very idealistic, right? And just seeming like pretty perfect. Yeah, we want the same things in relationship, this, that. But they could be easily stuck behind this false persona where it's really hard for them to drop the act of who they really are. So just, you want to make sure that you take your time with anything that seems too good to be true, and be very, very mindful if you're going into a relationship that you don't come off as that. Right? This is an energy where it's like, be open to real. Be as authentic as you possibly can be right now. So important. It's not worth the mess that it causes like later on, right? So we have the Temperance energy right now as you. So very beautiful. I mean, this is like this space of cooperation, moderation. Some of you may be in a space where you're either trying to reconcile with somebody, you know, within relationship, or reconcile an issue that's going on within your current relationship, but in a way that ends up generating healing, where there's this new level of trust, this new level of cooperation after a really difficult time period, you know. Now, for those of you who are single, maybe you met this person, you're feeling very, very, very spiritually and or energetically pulled towards this partner, right? Just a very emotionally intense time right now. So I'm just like, you want answers too, right? The energy is really amped up. So what is the challenge here? The challenge is the Queen of Wands energy, and the Queen of Wands is about stepping into your power. And as the challenge, right, this can be a little bit of... you might be dealing with somebody who seems apathetic about the relationship, who seems like not as interested or not interested to push things forward, right? I mean, it's just kind of that energy. Somebody who's kind of like, oh, whatever. Or maybe even kind of cold, maybe even aggressive, depending on the situation. So somebody could just seem like very, you can't tell how they feel. That kind of annoying space. Like you can't quite tell. Do they want this? Do they not want it? Right? Or some of you may be dealing, if you're knee deep in a relationship, with a certain level of aggression that's just really not making you feel very comfortable. So we have the Ten of Wands and the Eight of Cups. So there's this movement and this moving away from something. There's no question here. As we have the Ten of Wands as the basis of the situation, Saturn and Sagittarius. This is an energy of overwhelm and responsibilities, right? Saturn is all about responsibilities and burdens, right? That are weighing so heavily on you. It's very hard for you to move forward. So some of you, if you're in a relationship right now, you may be so busy with all the other areas of your life, something going on with work, kids, whatever, family situation, whatever, that your relationship's being neglected. Some of you may be in that space where you're not giving your relationship the energy that it really needs. Others of you You're in this space just feeling like completely overwhelmed and just with an overload of demands. And you know that you have to make changes, you know it. But it's almost like you don't have the time and or you don't have the mental space to actually do it, right? I always call this like the catch-22 thing. It's like, yeah, I know I have to call that person, or I know I have to do A, B, and C in this relationship. I know we have to do this, that. But it's like all this other stuff is on my head, in my life. There's no room. That's that kind of energy. The current situation though here, guys, I mean, this is really about walking away right now in the present. You likely have emotionally left a situation before you physically left. And you're really in a space of wanting to work on yourself. And this is a Saturn and Pisces energy, straight up high emotional intelligence energy here. Just knowing you feel like something doesn't feel right. And it's time to move on. And it's like a sadness but no regret thing, no regret. You were very grateful and happy for whatever it was when it was, but it's this energy where it's like, look, I have to leave it where it was. It's time to go. So right now I feel like that's what's going on. But let's look at the suggested approach is the Four of Wands. This is a Venus and Aries energy. Guys, what's going on? Because this is an energy of a new partner, opening up their heart, expressing their love and affection for some of you. For others of you, this is a honeymoon energy. And we could use that literally and metaphorically, meaning like, all right, it's time for us to level up the relationship. Let's get on track and deepen the foundation of this relationship. For some of you, this is going to mean if you've been separated, moving back home. There's a home vibe here, so some of you moving in together. But it's success. And there's a level of appreciation. So there's something going on with moving. But the energy that's external to you, we have the Five of Cups, which is this feeling of loss and leaving and sadness and feeling like something ended before this person felt ready for it. I mean, it's a minor arcana, it's sadness. But it's focusing on the pain or the hurt of something that is missing, something that's not working out. Now, your challenge here is the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles is giving up too soon on something, or not putting enough work into something, or not being proactive enough having to do with something, not being more assertive in your communication about what it is that you want, need, and desire. And keeping it real, good luck doing that with Venus and Libra, rather, because Libra, again, does not like confrontation, right? Venus and Libra just wants to feel like, let me feel hearts and butterflies right now. But at the same time, it's going to be very, very hard, because this is the thing, too, that we have to call out. Venus in Libra prefers things being done the right way, right? And is very, shadow manifestation of Venus is very specific. It's like very picky. Can be very picky if she feels like something is sort of not up to her standards. She has very little patience for it, very little. And it's like, no, that's not working. So a lot of you guys could be in that space where it's like, nope, I can't do it. I haven't given this up, this because I'm putting energy into this and I'm not getting back what I'm putting in, and why am I even bothering with this? This is just not working for me. And then we have, clarifying that, right in the near future, we have the Eight of Pentacles, which is, to me, I really like this energy because it's Sun in Virgo and it's all about mastery, and it's focusing on your responsibilities in a really diligent and hardworking way, and you're furthering yourself here, furthering, right? So what I like about this from your perspective, just you, Leo, right, in relationship, because this is about relationship, you are approaching the idea of relationship from a very logical perspective. You have full fire anyway, right? You guys are fire, but from a full logical and diligent, more like sword air energy, right? And saying, all right, if I want this to work, I have to look at, what do I need to master in myself and in the idea of relationship, as far as what's necessary in the way of conforming that I need, or that I need to do in order for this to be successful, or in order for me to just be happy in relationship. in Virgo, Sun is a focal point, and Virgo is about the details of things, right? And the Sun is moving into Virgo, and this is very much an energy that you're going to be focused on right now. Absolutely. And you're going to be very, very focused on what matters to you, your value system, really, right? Especially because that energy is going to be in that second house for you of values. But as the final outcome energy with the Four of Cups, it's like, well, all right, well, that didn't work, or this isn't going to work because of A, B, and C. They do this, this, and this. It's never going to work. Nothing but issues. Nothing but, right? And that could be you saying that, or that could be them saying that. It doesn't really matter, but there's this idea of restlessness, of boredom, for some of you, apathy. Like, whatever, relationships. I'm never going to meet the right person, or I'm never going to be really happy in a relationship, or I'm not, these hyperbolic phrases. You want to be careful if you're slipping into that. And instead, it's okay to recognize where you are not okay with whatever is not okay with you within relationship. But you also need to recognize that there's a need to heal some sort of past unhealed issue inside of yourself. It's just very important not to place all the blame, not to point all the fingers in one direction, but to look at, where do you need to improve as well? I mean, we all have a space we need to improve. Whether it's that we have to stop allowing people to get away with things, we have to be more assertive in our, because I don't know you and I don't know Leo, the archetype is never afraid to open their mouth, but it depends on what you have aspecting it, what your rising sign is. I don't know, right? Your particular chart, because, you're not only Leo. So anyway, recognizing those things, it does seem is going to be really, really important in order for you to have this Eight of Pentacles, in order to have this beautiful happiness, contentment, new beginning in the area of relationship. There's got to be this sort of restructuring of the way something's approached. Now, you could be having an internal tower moment, Leo. I don't know. Or this could be an external tower moment. If it's internal, it's you realizing that you have to change your internal narrative. It's time to change up the narrative that runs in your mind about relationship. Recognizing that the way you've been connecting and the way you've been relating in the area of relationship is not working anymore. There's a necessary surrender that's going on here. You can't not see it anymore. There's got to be change and release, either in the way you approach relationship, they approach relationship. The relationship just needs to be sort of extricated from your energy at this point. Depends on your situation. And we have the Eight of Swords, again, feeling this element of self-imposed limitation, feeling super trapped. And the thing, what's worse about this energy, or let's say worse, but challenging, is thinking things are never going to get better. And that inciting a lot of anxiety, because that's horrible, right? Right? If we know that we're in something that doesn't feel right and feeling like it's always going to be like this, that can incite like a feeling of hopelessness, and then blocks being put up. But some of you, Leo, some of you might be trying to talk yourself into a relationship, and you have to be careful of that. I am getting that energy too, where it's like, yeah, but okay, no relationship is perfect, but okay, they do this. I know I'm really not happy with that they do this, and I feel very unfulfilled and unsatisfied, but they do this. Almost like trying to sell yourself on a situation. Five of Swords, man, it's only a matter of time before that bad boy peeps its head, right? There ends up being this lack of agreement and opinions flailing about, fighting to be heard, and I need this, well, I need this, and that kind of thing, right? And then we have the Two of Pentacles. Yeah, I mean, this is about needing to make that decision. Negotiation. Look, we need to figure this out. You need to figure out which path are you going to get the most benefit out of? Where are you going to feel the most fulfilled? In your soul. In your soul. Which path? Where do you feel the most lack? Go in the other direction. Ace of Cups. No. Strong love and support. New cycle in a current relationship. Strong love and support. This can indicate a new relationship. Fertility, pregnancy. Falling in love. Clarifying that. Four of Pentacles. Focus very much on security, self-protection. Ace of Wands, more fertility. So some of you may be really like hardcore talking about your feeling of security in a situation when it comes to like, can I trust you to have a life with you? Financially, emotionally. You know, if I decide to, you know, have children with you, if we decide to open this business together, right? Whatever would be impacting your relationship. But when we have two aces with the Four of Pentacles, which is all about security and self-protection, it's not only about money, it's about protecting your heart. Like, are you going to take care of me? Are you going to take care of my heart? If I give it to you in this situation, are you going to take care of it? You know, and it's not that you're looking to be taken care of. We should expect anyway, people that we're in relationship with to take care of our heart. It's a gift that we give to them. How well are they going to respect that? You know, and it's asking those big questions, but I have to tell you, I think the answer is a big fat yes, because this is a new chapter of passion, creativity, beautiful. So that's what I have for you there. But Leo, why am I feeling this weird sense of like, it's like this happiness combined with this sadness at the same time? That's the energy I'm vibing from you guys. How come? How come? Whose energy am I picking up for? Leave it in the comments. Because it truly is. I mean, I just feel like changing. All right. Ends up with a 3-hour video if I follow the thoughts that are hitting me right now. So, all right, let me see what we have here. Let's pull the oracles and then we'll talk for those of you in separation. All right. Somebody's blaming somebody else for everything and they don't like it. Maybe it's you, maybe it's them, right? This could be you towards them towards you, or you guys towards each other. My spirit is always with you. Can you feel me? Do you still love me too? That's being clarified by wedding rings. Union, wedding, married, soul connection, eternal love, everlasting promise. There's a lot of missing here. I know I didn't handle things the right way, but I don't know how to fix it. I see you in the face of strangers. You are always with me. That's being clarified by soulmate, soul connection, partnership agreement, soul contract. Now, those are always tough, right, guys? And then that's being clarified by, you are not good for me, yet I yearn for you constantly. I need to think about this. Being away from you hurts like hell. I didn't realize it would be this difficult. Not today, not dealing hurt, avoiding a conversation, call person, boundaries, still angry. I wear a mask in this relationship because I don't think you will like the real me. Oof, somebody's hurting here. The distance between us is killing me. I long to hear your beautiful voice again. Clarified by the Grim Reaper. The relationship is over, no second chances. Grow and transform your life. Please stop blaming me for everything. We are both in the wrong. Oh, Leo, I can't even tell. Can you see my forearms are on fire, yet they have goosebumps all over them? I'm a Taurus moon. I get my messages in my body. This is so... Okay, I need to pull more. I need to pull some tarot on this because it's too... I am going to say this because somebody needs to have this validation. You are not going back to a relationship or continuing with a relationship even though you very much love the person because of some sort of element about them or their life, something like that, that you know is ultimately not good for you or is not going to bring you in the space that you want, but man, do you love them. And if you guys could only live on a deserted island. It would be really, really awesome if like everything in life didn't matter, but it does, and so it's a thing. But I feel like there's still so much emotion, so many deep, deep soul-connected feelings with somebody else. Oh, goodness, what's happening? Queen of Wands, Justice energy, Queen of Cups, the World. Kind of felt like we were either going to either get the Sun or the World. I kind of knew that. So we have the Queen of Wands here, right? Stepping into your power, Pisces and Aries energy. I mean, this is ideas popping. You having a lot of strength to energize this relationship if you want to. Right? They're not good for you. You're learning all these lessons that you know that. But either you or them, somebody's trying to level the playing field. They're trying to figure it out. This Justice energy really is about, Justice is Libra, which rules the 7th house of partnership and relationships. And this is about balance and fairness being looked at here. Looking at emotional needs being met, but about fairness. What was not fair? This idea. Now, where this mess in the relationship, right? It's being clarified by the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is Gemini and Cancer energy. Very high emotional, intelligent energy, because it's recognizing, look, this is what I need to feel secure. Right? I'll give you a mundane example. Like if this person just doesn't work, if they don't have a job, right? Or if this person, you love this person, but at the end of the day, they have intimacy issues, or they have an addiction issue, or they have fill in the blank, whatever it is. And at the end of the day, they are not going to be good for you. And this is sitting down and coming to terms with and recognizing what it takes to make the relationship work. This is a lesson that you're learning here, but it's a very hard lesson. Because the world is that. It's allowing yourself to move on and be happy based on these lessons that you've learned. And being really not allowing yourself to just live in the moment. While that has its value, that can get you in trouble if you know you're living in the moment with something that doesn't have any future in a way that's going to end up making you feel satisfied. And that's going to resonate differently with all of you. Or some of you saying no to something because you're afraid of something else. And you're saying no for the wrong reasons, or you're saying no for the right reasons. Only you know the answer to that. But that's what I have for you, my friends. I hope this was helpful for you in some way. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you found value in my readings, please consider subscribing, liking, and sharing. I would really appreciate that. Have a beautiful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.